yarns, and I want to introduce a product to you that I call the Boomerang. No, I don't want to throw it. You don't want to break your guides, but the shape of it just remind me of a boomerang. But I needed a guide in which I could do cross hatching on a curve and not be a 1/4 inch. I don't want to always be the 1/4 inch. I have curved guides, but they had no increments here, so I could do cross hatching a 1/2 inch. I think with this guide I can do up to 1.5 inches apart. So that makes my cross hatching less dense. If I have customers that don't want heirloom quilting, then I can do curved cross hatching at more of a custom price because it's not so dense. So there are 3 types. They're based on a curve. This one is based on a 20-inch curve. I have another one at a 15-inch curve and another one at a 12-inch curve. Of course, the 12-inch curve is going to be much curvier than the 20-inch. So you have a choice of what type of curve that you want to work with. We're going to work with the 12-inch guide, and we're going to come over here. Now, I already have the expanded base on my machine. You will want to make sure that there is an expanded base on your machine. That way the guide won't teeter-totter and you're not going to damage your machine or break your guide. So let's move over here, and I have just put myself some increments of 3 inches so that I can be very accurate on how big I want these arcs to be. Let me just do a little back stitch. Now as I put this up, I have my needle here at this corner, and I want to end up at that corner. So I'm just going to be a 1/4 inch away. You can also use your squaring guides here on the ruler to make sure that you are square as far as being parallel to the lines of my little sample here. And I'm going to arc it over here. The same thing. I want to go to my point. Now if you had a border here, you could have some nice arcs going this way. You could go back and do some arcs this way and get some nice orange peel effect. But we're going to work on the cross hatching this time. So let's say we want to cross hatch in this area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start at this side, and if I want to do 1/4 inch cross hatching, I'm going to line up the edge of my guide against my previous stitching. As I'm going up, I can see that my other stitching lines are going to match with my 1/4 inch increments, and so I can keep this very straight and very accurate. Now I can go down the other side. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to line up my guide here with my stitching line. You can see at this angle that all my stitching lines are lining up with my 1/4 inch increments on the guide. And you have some very nice 1/4 inch cross hatching. Let's say that this next one I want to do 1/2 inch cross hatching. I don't want it as dense as this. Let me move back to my arc. And we'll move back down here. Now, I'm going to use this side of my ruler because I can use either side, and I'm going to use that first 1/4 inch line and line that up with my stitching line. Now I want to continue down this arc, so I will put up my guide so I can keep my arc the same. Again, line up this 1/4 inch. Line up that first line, and I'll keep moving down. Okay, you can see that I have 1/2 inch increments of stitching lines. Now I want to do the other side, and I don't want to be awkward because if I want to do that 1/2 inch, I would be over here and I'd have to hold my hand here and move up, which can be very awkward. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some lines with my pen. And because I'm a 1/2 inch here, I want to keep, I know that on the foot I have a 1/4 inch here. And I was lining up with this line, which would give me my 1/2 inch increments. Well, I'm going to line up with the next line to do my markings. And I'm just doing this for the convenience of being able to hold the guide on the other side. And I'm just going to give myself, let's see, I did one that was too far apart there, too close. You just have to take in that your foot is a 1/4 inch. And I'm just doing this for the convenience of being able to work on this side. But once I get my first line in, I can use the guide for my measurement. So at this point now, I can use the guide to measure my lines. So there I have my cross hatching a 1/2 inch away instead of the 1/4 inch. Again, we have different size curves, and you can use the convex side as well as the concave side for keeping your increments the right amount. Now there's 3 different prices for this. The 12-inch is $28, the 15-inch is $30, and the 20-inch is $32. And you can find these on my website, DeLoasQuiltShop.com. And I hope you have fun with them. Thank you.